I bring to you now the General Secretary of the Noble People's National Party, the next Member of Parliament in Westmoreland, a medical doctor by profession. The way the man smart and bright, and as a member of the PNP, he went back to school to do a law degree. I say Sandy Bay, East and Western Hanover, make welcome Dr. Dayton Campbell.
East. Comrade Chairman, Comrade Party Leader, and the next Prime Minister of Jamaica, Comrade Mark Jefferson Golden. To all of the comrades on the platform and the comrades in the audience, greetings. I used to come to the platform to assassin, but me gone back to my roots. I gone back to my roots because in this war here, we need the protection of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Because no weapon that is formed against the People's National Party will prosper. No weapon. I saw an article today. No weapon. No weapon. No weapon. I saw an article today where the Prime Minister said that he is cutting ribbons because he has achievements. And I want to show you one of the situations in which a ribbon was cut. It's not my daughter, no worry yourself. Your ribbon never cut. I know that. 8 years ago, 9 years, the Cornwall Regional Hospital started having problems. First, they said something was wrong with the AC at the hospital. Then persons started having breathing problems, skin problems. The government, the Jamaica Labour Party government, told us that it was going to take us $2 billion as a country to fix the hospital. 9 years later, the Cornwall Regional Hospital is still not yet completed. And the estimate given by the minister, not by the PNP, the estimate given by the minister to fix the hospital is now over $20 billion. I want for you to think for a second. If you had a problem at your home, at your house, your yard, and you call the contractor, and when you call the contractor and show him your problem, him say to you, look here, this is going to take $2 million to fix. And you say, how long? And him say, 6 months. Now you have to move out. You have to rent one local place while him in there fix up him thing. Him take 8 years. And then him say to you, we are going to have one local ribbon cutting. When you go over your yard now, things say your yard fix up for your moving. You realize that the man draw one ribbon across your veranda, cut the ribbon, and say the veranda is now open. You still don't have no bedroom. You still don't have no bathroom. You still don't have no dining room. You still don't have no living room. You still don't have no kitchen, but in cut ribbon for your veranda. The Labour Party cut ribbon up a Cornwall Regional Hospital for your administrative block. It's a wicked, uncaring government. And we can hardly wait for the Prime Minister to put on him green clocks, ring the bell, and make we take him out of misery and vote him out of power. Now, when I was growing up, I grew up in a PNP community. PNP community. When somebody said them a labor right, when me I grew up, you look on them strange. You wonder what exactly happened to cause them to want to do that. It was unheard of. But in growing up, we still figured out why we support the PNP. It's not just because we're born in it. We still figured out why is it that our grandparents tell us, say, at this at the party that we're supposed to support. And whilst they were giving us that information, and those days they could have that discussion in taxi, at the bar, anywhere you check them had the discussion. And they told me that they support the PNP because PNP is the party of the people, is the party for the poor people of this country. They went further and they told me that the PNP is the party for education. And they told me that the PNP was the party for housing. There is a discussion taking place in the country right now about how to get students to school. One whole heap of hullabaloo going on. It has gotten to a point now where they are now driving out them green campaign car with the two big yellow bus back of them. Say them a parade the school bus them. Before we talk about how we get the students to school, let us talk about what the problem is that needs to be solved. In Jamaica, right now, 30 out of every 100 students don't go to school consistently. They call it absenteeism. When we did the research, because we are not just coming here wanting to be in government for wanting to be in government's sake. When we win, the people of Jamaica wins. When we did the research as to why is it that these children are not going to school, we found out that the parents cannot afford lunch money. And some of them cannot afford transportation money. So we developed two programs. One of them, we said that every needy child in school will get a warm, nutritious meal, complement of the People's National Party government. The study shows that 55 out of every 100 Jamaican are suffering from food insecurity. Them not eat a proper meal. When we look at the number of students that applies to, it's over 260,000. The government is currently giving just over $100 and something per day to pass. And them separate the part, picnic them, make them feel away when them there at school. We have said that we will increase the amount to each child to $400 per day so that they can have a proper meal and they can learn, because education is a vaccine against poverty. We did not stop there because of what this party is about. This party is about the people. And so the food that they will eat, we have said to the schools that they will have to do a proper menu and tell us from early, to tell us that in November, this is what they are going to offer. These are the items they are going to offer. When they tell us that, they will tell us what they need. They need 500 pounds of Irish, 300 pounds of pumpkin, 400 pounds of callaloo. Your member of parliament will come to the farmers in the community and tell them to go and produce these items, because you have a guaranteed market in the schools. We will spend an additional $9 billion. the farmers will benefit, and the students will get a warm, nutritious meal in school. Our proposals are to solve problems that are affecting our people. Why do we need to solve the education problem? We need to solve the education problem because education is what causes children to live a better life than their parents did. It can break the intergenerational cycle of poverty. This government deserves to be voted out of office for just their management of the education portfolio. When we left office, 28% of students were passing 5 subjects, to include maths and English. Now it has gone down to only 18% under this government, and yet still they claim that they are the best government. It is a lie from the bottom of the pit of hell. A part of the reason for that, the next significant reason that we found, is that people cannot afford to send the children to school, the transportation. We have said, no, nobody tell him them something, and my brother come in and want them say me if you apologize and none of me cuss, you know. Don't want you tell the Prime Minister that. No. This is the part that is causing the big hullabaloo in the country. How do we transport them to school? No. If 30 out of every 100, and in rural Jamaica it's even higher, not going to school because they can't afford to go, they don't have the transportation. The PNP has said that each day that you go to school, we will give $500 per day. That's $2,500 per week. That's $10,000 per month we will give to that child that cannot go to school because of transportation, to help them so that they can pay them fare go to school. And we will give that to 20,000 students. When I hear the Labour Party criticizing it, I say, what a set of hypocrites. Because currently, there are 7,500 students on path that gets a subsidy to go to school. And they use the buses that are at the school and the taxis currently. But when the PNP propose it, all of a sudden, them start cost taxi man, them start cost this, them start cost that. I am not supporting any form of indiscipline. The PNP fundamentally cannot be against a rural bus system because it is the PNP that put the JUTC in place. In 2015, it was the People's National Party that proposed the rural bus system and did a pilot in Clarendon, and it is this government that cut it out. So, a school bus system, what is the difference between us and them? I told you a long time ago that we are not the same. If the PNP was to spend $1.4 billion on school bus, we'd have buy brand new school bus from Toyota Jamaica that give you a 3-year warranty, that you can get the spare parts and that you can get servicing of the vehicles. That's what we would do, because we would not try eat no food off our ground. No. Understand this. When I was going to school, we used to have to get up early and go to a road, go flag down a taxi. No, look at any high school in the country. They have several coaster buses that are contracted to carry the students to school. Even some of the MPs in Parliament now own some of the buses that carry picnic at school. They carry them to school and they park the bus, they don't even run it. They park it outside of the school, and then when school finishes, then take them and carry them back home safely. We have said that we will give some of the money to those persons, private transport providers. And we have to give some to taxis. Why? Because there are some areas that not the bus where Darrell have, not the new bus where we buy, not the coaster bus where park up now, we can't go up there because the road narrow and the road bad. And Pitney from up there need to go to school, so we have to use the taxi operators. We are not just giving away things. The guidance counselor and the social worker will have to go and do the check and identify the students that are affected that we need to give it to. We will have to ensure that the taxi operators that are carrying them, that them show that them don't have no criminal record, and JP sign off on them to say, yes, these are suitable persons to transport our children to school. It's a joke thing this government upon, and they have apologists in the media that refuse to fact check anything that the government is doing. On the eve of the election, they're driving around these buses with their campaign vehicle in front. Then they parade in 93 JUTC buses. Hold on now. Make we talk about JUTC. When they took office in 2016, we had 450 buses on the road under JUTC. Now, with the new buses that they have bought, the 93, we are at less than 300. When they took office, the ridership on JUTC was 62 million per year. The ridership is now 18 million, a third of what it was when they took over from us. When we left office, the JUTC was supplemented by $3 billion. It was losing $3 billion per year. Now it is losing $11 billion per year under this government. And I'm talking about carrying students. In 2016, the JUTC carried 100,000 students per day. Now it is carrying 5,500. Shame on Darrell Vaz and the Labour Party. Them now get away with no harm's house in this campaign. I hear the minister said that the bus we have done at Portland, that over the last 9 weeks, it has carried 10,000 students. It is not true. Students have to go to school every day, Mr. Minister, every day. They have to go to school and they have to go back home from school. So 9 weeks, and you go to school 5 days a week. 9/5 is what? No, 45. So if you have 10,000, and you divide it by 45, you get 222. Because it's 2 trips, them have to go to school and them have to come back, you have to divide the 222 by 2. It is only 111 students that bus would be taking if they were targeted at taking the students that are missing school. But that's not what they are doing. They are not trying to solve the absenteeism problem. What they are doing is setting up a system where coming like Christmas time, where a bus with a 30-seater have 300 people that try going there, and a first come, first serve. That will not change the 30% that are missing school. Therefore, it will not change the educational outcome. The PNP is about change in a positive way. I see them say them have some problems with my general. I see them say them have some problems with my general. You know? And I understand the discomfort where labor rights have. I understand it. Because labor rights know, say Mark Golding no come for script. Them know say him making money already and him come here for serve. So they know that them can't mix him up in no corruption. Then they know that behind him is a general when I beg nobody nothing. Me no want no contract, me no want no friend, me no want nothing from nobody. So I understand the discomfort because them a look on and them a say, yo, you know, so we not can't talk to none of them too because them not go take no talk. I people business we come about. We come to ensure that the people can have a better life. So hear what them say them have. They have a problem with him complexion. Lord Almighty. When we say our motto is out of many, we are one. Them say them have a problem with how him talk. Then they will we not use English and patois and just change it around how we feel like us so we turn. Them get up and them make up a story saying no born here when they know it's a lie. Because some of them and him go to school and them know it's him born right here. They know he's a true Jamaican born on the soil of Jamaica. Then them want to come with argument about one dressing and one this and them same thing there. A leader we are look for. A leader we are look for. Our brain, we are concerned about the brain and the heart. We want to know where the brain is and where the heart is. You see them here? Them are all close on them, man. All close them here, man. We don't pay no attention to them here, something here, man. It's what is in your brain and in your heart, man. The problems that we are having with freedom leader, oh, they are much more severe. They are much more severe. The problems we have with Mr. Holness is that the Integrity Commission said he take some money off of charity and buy some investment for himself. We have a problem with that. We have a problem that them same of companies with $400 million pass through and him can't explain it and him not pay no taxes at them. There's something that we have problem with the Prime Minister. So, understand you're a leader now. Because when we left Hanover, we were supposed to go on road and drill it in them head. You know. Few years ago, when a youth, I mean some youth on the periphery out there, so. You see a few years ago, when a youth light up a spliff, police used to just haul and pull them and do anything them feel like. Them haul and pull one of them named Mario Dean and lock him up. And in the lockup, them beat him and he died. There is one among us that stood up, Mark Jefferson Golden, and decriminalize the personal use of marijuana so police can haul and pull our black poor youth them no more. Not only that, but he made sure that you could expunge, fancy way of saying we could get rid of the criminal record that you did get because of ganja smoking. And when you had that criminal record, you couldn't go on farm work. You couldn't work for government. So all of them youth are now up on the corner side. That's where the green armband they understand who make you down road and free and don't have no criminal record. No. That is what the PNP is founded for. Social justice is a social justice champion we're talking about here. I heard Comrade Paul will say it the other day, and he in a parliament long before me. And he said that in all of his years in the parliament, the best legislator, which is the main role of a parliamentarian, is to deal with the laws, to implement new laws, repeal some, and amend some. The best legislator in the parliament, whether PNP or JLP over the last 30 years, is Mark Jefferson Golden. None of them can argue with that. Even when them come with some of these bills, like the other day, they come with a bill that them want to tax Airbnb. It was Mark Golden that took up the bill with the local left hand and just hold it like that and go so and rip it apart, and they have to take it back and say they have to go do some work on it. We are talking about a legislative champion in Mark Jefferson Golden. When Russia and Ukraine start war and bombs are dropped, I know elephant man bombs away where people are jump up and enjoy themselves. You know. We are talking about real bomb. Life in danger. The government told our children that they are you in Ukraine, we're in Ukraine studying, that they should get a loan to come back home. Mark Golding went in his account and take out his personal money and send it go for the students them to carry them back home to Jamaica. Understand that we are talking about a caring, compassionate leader. A few years ago, the Prime Minister got Parliament and say criminals that sell land over Portmore. And him go over there with bulldozer and lick down the people them house. Him then go in at St. Catherine and people will get land from Michael Manley time. Serve them notice, say I got throw them off of the land where them depend. It took Mark Jefferson Golden for him go court, go take out injunction so he can stop abuse poor people and stop throw them off of land because every man needs a roof above his head. Considerate leader. Over 30 years ago, Mark Golding went into the inner city, Augustown, and he went in there and he found himself a nice empress, a Nubian goddess, and he made her into his wife, and he loved her then, and he's been loving her since. With him one wife named no call upon nothing else. Is a family man we are talking about. No. When labor rights are keep up arms house, allow them to know it is not a dibby-dibby leader that we are putting forward. We are putting forward Michael Manley reincarnated, the second coming of Michael Joshua Manley. We are putting forward an intellectual giant. Make welcome Hanover, the next Prime Minister of Jamaica, the President of the People's National Party, Mark Jefferson Golding.